Hey everyone, my name is Brian, and I'm just making this quick response video to a video I saw a while back that got me a little twisted. It was about this black woman who said that men 35 and older without children are irresponsible. I listened to that video and I'm like, what kind of nonsense is this? For real. I mean, how are men over 35, men 35 and older without kids, irresponsible? That makes no sense to me whatsoever because I'm 45 and I don't have any children. Does that make me irresponsible? No. I would say that makes me very responsible because I'm not trying to be one of these guys out here, so like one of these futures who go around and impregnate all these women, or somebody like Ray J who goes around and impregnates all these women, and it's sickening. It's just sickening. So you telling me guys like that are responsible? Is that what you're saying? You find guys with multiple baby mamas responsible? Mm-mm. I don't see it that way. The reason I don't have kids is because I don't trust today's modern women. And I've heard many stories about how men are getting getting their asses kicked in the court system because women want to screw them over with child support and you know all that crap and stuff like that. Me, I don't trust any in this day and age. I've never trusted myself to have kids with any woman. Well, it's not me. It's not say that I don't trust myself. It's just that I don't trust women. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I love women. I think they're beautiful people, but in this day and age, it would just be a disaster to have kids with these modern day women. That's just my opinion. It would be just a disaster. I mean, there are too many single mothers out there. There are too many women out there who want to be mothers but not wives. I was speaking to this woman a while back, and I was getting to know her, and she was a beautiful person, but she said something to me that got me all not excited about her. She said that she would like to have a child, but she doesn't want to get married. And that's the problem I have with a lot of women these days. You want to have children, you want to be mothers, but you don't want to be wives. And that's one of the reasons why I don't want to have kids. That's one of the reasons why I don't want to have kids because, like I said, it'll be a disaster to have kids with these modern day women. I couldn't do it. I mean, I've always been blessed to never have had kids. I've always felt that way because I know myself inside and out. I know that I wouldn't be a good father. I know that I don't have the strength or patience for parenthood. And I just couldn't do it. So for this woman to say that a man 35 and over is a man 35 and over who has no kids is irresponsible is totally asinine. It is. It's totally stupid. It's ridiculous. And it shows her level of whatever. I don't want to insult her or anything, but I'm just saying, personally, I think it's irresponsible of her to judge men like that. A man who's 35 and over who doesn't have kids, that doesn't mean he's irresponsible. It just means he's careful. You know? It just means he's careful. Like me, I've always been careful. Any woman I've been with, I did my best not to impregnate her. I mean, with these days, getting, like I said, getting a woman pregnant, getting these modern women pregnant these days will be a disaster, because you know what will happen the instant they get pregnant and things don't work out between you and that man, or if that man doesn't want to be with her, she'll run to daddy government to solve her problems. She'll run to daddy government to intervene in her parental issues. She'll run to daddy government so they'll put him on child support. So they'll, it's insane. It's just insane, and this is something that I don't want to partake in. I refuse to I refuse to be a part of that scenario. I don't want to be one of those guys out there who has kids with a woman. Say if I have sex with a woman and years later she comes back and says this is your child. First off, I'm going to want a DNA test. And don't get me started on DNA tests, because I do think they should be mandatory. Because a lot of women these days be lying. They lie about their kids' paternity, and they commit a lot of paternity fraud, but they don't get punished for it. But as I was saying, it would be a disaster to have kids in this day and age with these modern women. So to all the men out there, if you're going to have sex, wrap it up. Don't think with your dicks. Don't think with your little head. Think with this head, because this head can save you. Your little head is just going to get you in trouble. You can catch a STD or get an unwanted pregnancy. I mean, just don't do it. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're going to be a father for the rest of your life, where you're going to be paying child support for all those years. Don't do it. Just don't do it. And stop getting into bed with these wrong women, because that's what a lot of guys are doing. You're getting into bed with the wrong woman. That's what you're doing. You're so horny, and all you're thinking about is sex. You're not thinking about the consequences. This goes for women too. Because that's my problem with today's people. You're not thinking with your heads. You're thinking with your loins. You're thinking about how good it's going to be. You're thinking about how good the sex is going to be. No. Think with your heads. Be smart. Stop producing all these babies with multiple people. That's the problem with this modern society. That's been a problem throughout society for years, because there have been people having babies with multiple partners, and that shit got to stop. That shit has to stop. So men, if you're gonna have sex, wrap it up. Wrap it up. Use a condom. Don't be afraid to use a condom. Jeez, that can save your life. A condom can actually save your life. It can actually save you from 18 years of child support. All right? There's nothing wrong with wearing a condom. And women, stop getting attached to the wrong man. All right? If a man just wants to have sex, which I don't really condone, if a man just wants to pump and dump, you got to be a little smart in vetting the man too. All right? People have to vet each other. Stop jumping into bed with the wrong people, because you're going to come out with the wrong consequences. All right, people? Think with your heads, not with your loins. All right? But, as I said, I refuse to have sex with I'm not going to be stupid like that. I'm just saying that I'm not going to get caught up in this child support system, which is clearly against men. They make the man pay child support. There's only a small amount of women that pay child support. I know a woman who had to pay back child support to her ex-husband. I know her. Well, I knew her. But As I said, it's dangerous having sex. It's dangerous having babies with these modern women because, like I said, they're just gonna run to daddy government. They're just gonna run to daddy government to help solve their problems. You know. So men, like I said before, wrap it up. Wrap it up or walk away. I can tell you right now, if I was to have a child with a woman, I would want to I would want to have that child raised by both me and the mother together, so we can be a family. And that's what's missing in a lot of that's what's missing in today's society. Families. There are too many separated parents. A baby mama over there, a baby daddy over there, and then you have separated parents just you know trying to hurt and kill each other and stuff like that. There's bad blood, bad blood between the parents, and the only people that are getting caught up in this message are children. You know, and this stuff needs to stop. Single parenthood needs to stop. My thing is this: if you're not, what's the point of having a child if the two parents are not going to stay together? I probably said this on the previous video, but you know, I'm mentioning it again. But I'm just saying that this society is all screwed up. It's like what's right is wrong now, and what's wrong is right. And for this woman to say that men over 35 who have no children are, untrustworthy, it's ridiculous. I mean, how in the world is that irresponsible? How is a man irresponsible for how is a man over 35 with no kids irresponsible? Answer that. To that woman who actually said that crap. Answer that question. How is a man irresponsible? I just think it's totally ridiculous. All right? It's totally ridiculous how people think like this. Society these days is totally backwards. It's very backwards thinking, and it just needs to stop. People need to, wake up and smell the coffee. It just needs to stop, everyone. All right? So that's all I have to say for this video. Take it easy.